Good morning, guys. We are going to be focusing on some more time, and we are going to be looking definitely at quarter past and quarter to today. So when it loads, thank you. So quarter past and quarter to. We know that quarter past is when we are a quarter of the way around the clock. So here we are looking at 8. It was 8 o'clock. We are 15 minutes, a quarter of the way around the clock. A quarter of that time has passed. When we are looking at quarter to, 45 minutes, 3/4 of that time has passed, but we are looking towards the next hour. So we can see that we are a quarter of the way to 9 o'clock. So today on your My Maths homework, you are going to be looking at matching quarter to and quarter past times to these clocks. So if I'm looking at a quarter to 10, I am first going to look towards that minute hand. So which ones can I write out? Right, this one's a quarter to time, as I can see. That minute hand is 3/4 of the way around the clock, and it's a quarter of the way to the next hour. So it might be that one. It might be this one, because I can see again it's a quarter to, and it might be this one, because it's a quarter to the way. It can't be this one, because I know that's a quarter of the time past. Right, now I'm going to look at that hour. So it's a quarter to 10. So that hour hand needs to be on the way to that 10 o'clock. Oh, so it's just the one just underneath here. See if I can match these together. Fantastic. Right, now I'm looking at a quarter past 6. So I'm looking at that time where a quarter of the time has passed. 1/4 has passed on my clock, on my minute hand. So I can see here that is a quarter past, and my hour hand is just after that 6. So that must be quarter past 6. Right, quarter past 2 now. So again, I'm looking for that minute hand, just been a quarter of the way around my clock. Not on this one. So I'm looking for a quarter of the way around my clock. Not this one. Right. It must be this one because it's the only one that's quarter past, but let's check out our hand as well. So it's just past that 2 o'clock. So it must be a quarter past 2. Right, now I'm looking for quarter to 9. So both of my minute hands are the same. Both of my minute hands are a quarter to. So now I'm looking towards my hour hand. So I can see here that this is quarter to 11 because it's nearly on the way to that 11, and this one must be quarter to 9 because my hour hand is nearly at that 9 o'clock, and when my hour minute hand moves up to 12 o'clock, it'll be 9 o'clock. So that's quarter to 9. Right, let's just check quarter to 11. Minute hand 15 minutes away from 0 o'clock. It's a quarter of the clock left till we get to 11, and my hour hand is nearly 11 o'clock, so that must be quarter to 11. So let's just check I've got those. Brilliant. So that's going to be your first question on your My Math. Right, your second challenge is going to be making some times on the clock. So if I'm going to make myself, I want to make quarter Right, I've got 3 times down the side here that I want to make. First time I want to make is quarter past 5. Now, to make me do that, I'm going to put my hour hand looking, come on, at 5. So at the minute, you'll be able to see that my clock on here is at 5 o'clock, but I want to make quarter past 5. So I know that when I make quarter past, a quarter of my clock has gone. So I'm going to move my minute hand round, so a quarter of my clock has gone, so I can see there that that's quarter past, and my hour hand was at 5. Now it's a quarter of the way past 5. Now I want to make quarter to 7. So again, I'm going to start with my hour hand, and I'm going to put my hour hand on 6 because I am quarter to 7. So I'm on the way to 7. Now I want to go around with my minute hand 15 minutes, quarter past, half past, quarter to. Oh, come on, it's frozen. There we go. So I've made now quarter to 7. Some of you will be tempted to start at 7 o'clock and go round until quarter to, but you can see there that I've now made quarter to 8. So you need to be really careful and start at 6 o'clock and go round quarter past, half past, quarter to 7, just like I've done there. Right, next thing we're going to make is quarter past 11. So I've made 11 o'clock there. I want to make quarter past. So that's a quarter of my way gone on this clock. So move around my minute hand a quarter of the clock to make quarter past 11. 15 minutes around my clock, just after 11 o'clock there. Your My Maths work is going to look a little bit like this. So it's the same as what I've just done. So the times I've got, I need to make quarter past 2. So first, to move it, I need to grab this H up here, standing for hour. So my minute hand moves as well, but it just will. So I'm going to make, my minute hand will behave, 2 o'clock first. I've made 2 o'clock on my clock, and then I want to make quarter past 2. So a quarter of the way gone on my clock. There. So I've made quarter past 2. Next, I want to make quarter to 4. Now remember, when I'm looking at this, I'm moving my hour hand round to that 3 first, because it's not 4 o'clock, starting off at 3 o'clock when I'm looking at quarter 2. And then I want 3/4 of my clock gone. So 1/4, a half, 3/4. So I've made a quarter to 4, because if a minute hand moves another quarter, we'll make 4 o'clock. So a quarter to 4. Now I'm looking at quarter past 5. So again, going to move my hour hand first, round to 5 o'clock. Then I want a quarter of my clock gone. So a quarter move round. There we go, quarter past 5. Let's have a check. Brilliant. Right. If you're not getting these guys consistently right, have another go back at them, because the best way to find your way on this time is to move the hands round on a clock yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Hope you have a good day.